that if you think the life is fair, then you are very naive. And if you think life is unfair, then you are being shaped by your life.
Sunrise paints the window pane. Same old street, but something's new.
आज एक सीक्रेट के बारे में बात करूंगा और ये मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल दे नेवर एक्चुअली फाइंड इट आउट। और ये आपके लक के बारे में नहीं है, आप कितने स्मार्ट हो उसके बारे में नहीं है, आप कितने टैलेंटेड हो उसके बारे में भी नहीं है। मेरे अर्ली 20s में मैंने एक लाइन सुनी थी एंड it hit me very hard. As we usually in 20s, we are in our delusional world. This thought make me kind of led me into thinking and it cracked me open in some ways. और वो thought ये था that if you think the life is fair, then you are very naive. And if you think life is unfair, then you are being shaped by your life. And you will only be the consequences of the situations that has happened in your life. Nothing more, nothing less. And to my surprise, when I looked around after this, ये सब जगह ऐसा ही था। जिन लोगों ने अपनी लाइफ में कुछ खोया है, have went through some loss, they are bitter. Those who have seen betrayal, they have become closed. And those who have seen failure have become permanently small. And it was not because they are weak, but because they had no framework to understand as to what is happening to their lives and to them. उनके अंदर जो changes आए that came because of the circumstances they have gone through. तो सिर्फ कुछ ही लोग होते हैं जो इसको self reflect कर पाता है and they can rise and grow above it. And there is one more thing that I discovered along this, and that was that as a human being, only we have the possibility that no other existential life form has. They have the power to choose under the circumstances and change their life. And what is that choice? So there was a period in my life where I was being pushed to a very corner, genuinely pushed to the edge, and that made me aware. And that pressure did something important to me. It made me look at myself honestly. It made me want to understand the reality of world, the reality of people, and most importantly, the reality of myself. And while working on myself, I discovered something very simple yet profound, that there can only be two ways to go through life. First one is to become the victim of life, to be tossed around by the situations that happens and they lead us to take the shape in certain way because we are just reacting to whatever is coming in our life. And you not only become the victim of hell of a period in your life but also the heaven of a period of your life as well. And there is no room other than suffering your bad times as well as good times. And the second way is to become witness of your life, to become the observer and to see what is happening inside you, around you, and outside you, which allows you with a certain clarity, not detachment, not coldness, but from clarity. And from that place of clarity, you continuously rise. And this simple thing can make a whole lot of difference in your own life. And honestly telling you, it is not a trick. It is not a technique that you apply for one day or one week and then you forget. It is something that you develop, that you build within yourself, and slowly it will give you the control of your life. But the most important thing is nothing significant will change until you become still, until you become capable. And you can become only capable when you are observing, learning, and growing all together continuously. And when you become the observer, something remarkable begins to happen in your life. You start to understand how life actually works. You start to understand how the psychology of people around you works. You begin to understand your own patterns, why you react the way you react, why the other person react the way they react. You can see your limitation as well as the limitations of other as well. And you start to look at the life in a way that is not happening to you, but you start to navigate through the life whatever is happening to you. Because being an observer doesn't mean that you do some form of mental exercise, but it is about stillness. You can only observe when you are still within yourself. So, for example, if you are also moving in a moving train, the picture that is happening outside the window will not be exactly how it's supposed to be, it will be distorted reality. So it needs a body that is not in constant noise. It need energy that is not always in fight or flight mode. It needs a mind that is not all the time working on reflexes. Because for most of the people who are just working through their reflexes, they are just totally reacting about their own life. Reactions that makes the result already fixed. You cannot do something different other than those fixed reactions. Suppose somebody yelled at you and you know how that person is. So this is already fixed in your mind that if the other person says something, you are going to say exactly the reaction, the answer. So it's already fixed in your mind. It cannot ever going to change. Because for most of the people, their entire life has become the series of reactions and nothing else. Somebody says something, they react. Somebody does something, they react. A situation arises, they react, and they call that living. This is not living. In reality, this is just that we are being always continuously triggered by the existence. The moment you stop reacting and you start responding, you have crossed a threshold. You have moved from unconscious to conscious. You have moved from passenger to the driver of your own life. It is simple because it is available to everyone, but it is hard because not everyone is doing it. And the work is real. आपको सच में इस पे काम करना पड़ेगा एंड कंटिन्यूसली स्लोली काम करना पड़ेगा. And over a period of time, you will establish yourself as something which can continuously and all the time is witnessing your life and not reacting to it. You will start observing your own patterns, you will start observing your own triggers, and you will have much more control over your emotions, your energies, your actions, how you react or respond to the whatever the situation, whatever the person is ahead of you, in front of you. And when you do it, life stops being the life which was fixed for you, but it becomes a series of events of different choices that you made consciously, and that made the whole life difference. And here lies the secret that I was talking about in the beginning of this video. Not a life without difficulty, but a you that a difficulty cannot break. Hope you like the video. I'll see you in the next video. And for similar videos, just like, share, and subscribe. Ask the question which whatever is there in your mind related to the topic, and take care of yourself.